family. We are back today with another video, and today we are going to talk about cleaning. My name is Alyssa DelTorre, and I am a small business and life coach, and I'm super excited to be here today and talking with you all. If you are new to this channel, I am so excited to have you here. Please like, subscribe, follow, social medias, all that jazz. This is probably not your first YouTube video that you've watched, so if you could support me, I would absolutely love that and be honored. My goal here is just to give back to you guys as much as I possibly can. I know a lot of my clients in these tough times aren't able to afford as many sessions as they used to be able to, so I want to make sure that I'm getting information out to them and other people as much as possible so they can still do the work, improve their lives, be happy, healthy, and vibrant no matter what the heck is going on, because we choose to do that at the end of the day. So, today I want to talk about clean, 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 clean. I love having a clean house. It makes me feel so energetic, happy, free. I feel like I can just throw my hands up and lay down on my couch or on my bed and not have a care in the world. And it's really interesting because I came across a study in Psychology Today, and I pulled it up here on my computer. I'm going to read little bits of it to you. There's different studies that you can definitely do your own research. I always say do your own research. Don't just take my word for it, because there's a lot of information out there. And I want to try to get things that are more scientific, proven. There's been studies, things like that, not just hearsay. So there was a study done by the Professor Nicole R. Keefe, and a scientist and professor at Indiana University, found that people with clean houses are healthier than people with messy houses. They did a survey on 998 people, and they found that the demographic with messier houses were known to be at increased risk for heart disease. People who kept their homes clean were healthier and more active. And it was even a predictor of physical health and neighborhood walkability, which is very interesting, right? So it's probably just your whole external space. So if you clean your home, you're going to then move to your outside space in your yard, right? And then your community. I think it's a little bit infectious as well. A 2010 study published in the scientific journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin used linguistic analysis software to measure the way 60 individuals discuss their homes. Women who described their living spaces as cluttered or full of unfinished projects were more likely to be depressed and fatigued than women who described their home as restful and restorative. Let that sink in. And they found that women with the cluttered homes expressed higher levels of the stress hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is a chemical that we make in our brains, in our body. When we're stressed out, it releases it. There's good stress, there's bad stress. It can be released when we're working out, or it can be released when a stressful situation happens and we're kind of in that fight or flight mode and we're reactive, right? We're feeling that pressure. Working out is good stress on the body. The cortisol goes to the muscle areas and does its thing. When you're stressed, emotionally and mentally, cortisol gets released and it stores in random parts of your body. Wherever either a trauma is being held or you hold your stress, there's a whole bunch of different things about that. I'm not going to go so far in depth with that right now. But based on where your body is holding that stress, that's kind of where that cortisol is going to pool up and can eventually manifest into disease. So, very important to manage our stress levels and cortisol levels. Very interesting that just having a clean house is one way to reduce the amount of cortisol that is released in our body. A 2011 study at Princeton University found that it can actually make it more difficult to focus on a particular task if the house is cluttered as well. So Here's another thing, just to even think about. When your kitchen, for instance, is clean, generally there's not going to be a lot of dust and bacteria or old food or bugs that are going to get in there, right? And then you think it's safe to eat. Well, if you leave a bunch of dishes out, if you have food that's out on the counters, used pots and pans that are dirty on the stove, you have dirty towels hanging on, whether it be the oven or sitting on the countertop, and you don't do anything with it, and you're stressed about everything else, and then you get to the kitchen. One, it's not really an appetizing area, so you're gonna be like, okay, where am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do this and that? And your mind goes a million miles a minute. Then it's thinking back to, now we have bacteria growing. Potentially mold, depending on how long it's been sitting out, and I hope not too long. But I have seen some people that have mold that starts to grow in maybe some glass with milk that has that much left, and it's just been sitting out a little bit too long. And then there's bugs and dirt and dust that I'll collect. Well, one, everything has energy, and if there's other things that are growing and taking up energy, energy can be transmuted and transformed, but it can't be created or destroyed. So your energy can be transferred into all these other items. So now you're depleted. Your stress and your thoughts are going all over to all these other things, trying to avoid this mess. How do I figure out how to get to the kitchen? How do I make this? How do I make that? What can I do? Takeout, or is somebody else cooking? What can I do to avoid this problem but take care of something else, right? You're hungry, you need food, right? So that's going to lower your energy as well. You can immediately see how all your stress hormones are going to rise. And now just that health issue of mold spores, dirt, dust, bugs, that's not healthy and it's not cleanly. And don't think that that just happens in the kitchen. That can happen in bedrooms, it can happen in offices and family rooms as well, right? Mold in homes is not a new thing. So breathing that in has its whole other list of health issues. It's really, really important to clean your space. So hopefully I didn't just scare the crap out of you and you're a little more motivated to clean now. And during quarantine, we have some more time to clean. And if you don't, if you're still really busy running around, working with your kids, or you're still at work, or even working from home, but you're still finding yourself lacking that time, totally fine. So let's start there. I have a rule that's called one more thing rule. When you wake up and before you start work or leave for work, one more thing. Whether that's taking a paper towel or a towel, wiping down the crumbs on the countertop, throwing it away, or setting it off in the hamper. Whether that be unloading the dishwasher, bringing just the bin of dirty clothes down or near the washer and dryer, or getting it ready, right? It doesn't have to be the full task, but getting yourself one step closer. Then, before you go to bed, one more thing. Maybe it's putting that washer or that dirty clothes into the washer, or transferring what's in the washer to the dryer, or folding the clothes that's now dry. That's another thing. Anything that you can start that can go while you're not there, like dishes and like washer and dryer clothes, when you load that, you can press the button, you can walk away and do other things. Try to do that while you are busy or at work or cooking food and trying to multitask. That's a really good way to knock out one or two things at the same time. That is probably my favorite rule, the one more thing. Pick something that's easy, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to clean out the junk drawer. Like, no, if you gotta get to work, like, wipe down the counter, put the dishes, throw the dishes in the dishwasher, right? Like, just take out the trash and put it in the bin outside. Just one more thing that gets you to that cleaner space. Love that rule. It has saved my life, especially when I have a crazy schedule. The second tip that I have is 10 minutes. If you have 10 minutes, or if you're not motivated and you want to, I guess, motivate yourself or kind of play a little game, set your alarm on your phone or any alarm that you have, whether it be on the stove, computer, whatever. Set an alarm for 10 minutes. Clean as fast as you can in one space. So pick just your kitchen, just your family room, or just your bedroom. 10 minutes, go. Go as fast as you can and literally try to do it and beat the clock so that you clean that whole space before that timer goes off. And if you do, reward yourself with, maybe it's a piece of chocolate, or it's watching your favorite show, or watching a movie, or something, whatever it may be that you want to treat yourself with, right? Or maybe it's like a spa night and you do a bathtub, right? Love baths. They're really good. So don't discount that. Or maybe it's an extra long time in the shower. Whatever your treat is, treat yourself if you beat that clock. And if you don't, well, try again next time. But you just cleaned a whole bunch of stuff in 10 minutes. The biggest thing that used to trip me up when I was younger was, oh my gosh, it takes so long to clean. But it doesn't. If you're moving at like a chill walking pace and you're just like, then it takes a long time. But I feel like, okay, I'm gonna grab everything as much as I can, fill my hands here, do this, take care of this over here, now that I'm over here. Like, think efficiently. When you're in one area, do as much as you can. If you're going to another area, look at what's in front of you and say, what in this area is going upstairs or downstairs, or to the bedroom, to the bathroom, to the kitchen, or to the laundry room, right? Like, what in my area doesn't belong here that's going to the area that I am already going to, right? And that's another thing. Even if you're like, okay, we're done with TV for the night, so you click that off, and then you're seeing, whether it be books or clothes or something else that was folded or done, and you're going upstairs to the bedroom, great. Grab those items, bring them upstairs. That can be your one more thing. So being conscious of what's in front of you and where you're going and how they work together. And it's just new patterns of thinking if it's not habit already. So I really like that one as well. The next thing that I would recommend is kind of looking at your space and seeing how often do we change the sheets, and do we need to change the sheets. Let's put it on the calendar. Put an alarm on your phone that every week you're changing your sheets, depending on your schedule and what works for you. Vacuum or dust, sanitize your countertops, things like that. Like, do a deep clean, right? If you put it in your phone and the alarm goes off, you're a lot less likely to forget. Now, you can hit ignore and not do it, but the only one that's going to hurt from that is you. And maybe the people who you're living with at the end of the day, right? The whole point of this is to make your life easier. And if you are living with other people, talk to them about it and say, hey, let's all do one more thing before bed. Let's all do one thing right when we wake up. Right after we brush your teeth, pick one thing. So if you have a family of 4 and you're all doing one more thing, even at one time a day, that's 4 things that's getting done every single day. If on every Sunday your whole family picks a room, 10 minutes, you hammer it out, that's essentially 40 minutes of cleaning that your family just accomplished in 10 minutes. I'll take it, right? It's a nice little hack when life is crazy. Now, if you have time and you can do the organization, Pinterest, YouTube, all the cleaning hacks, and organization. Because you can clean and you can throw some clothes in a drawer, but if things aren't organized, you're a lot likely to repeat the problem of having a messy space again. Go through your items and decide, When was the last time I used this stuff? Do I need it? Can I donate it? Can I sell it? Right now, there's some people that are looking for some extra income. Are there any of these items that you can sell, right? Whether it be clothes, take pictures, post them online. We can still mail it out, right? Or swap with friends. There's a lot of different creative things that you can do with the items that you have. Can you repurpose it? Do you have a dresser, but you need a new craft closet or a new entertainment center that you can repurpose this item, and now you have maybe a project that's exciting, that is creative, that's hands-on, that you can do, but you're taking one thing out of an area that it really has no more use for. The organizing shelves or drawers, containers, labels, and then once you have, and I would start at one room, and again, start small. So whether it's, you know, in your kitchen, just do all your drawers. Then do your cupboards, because that alone will take a long time, right? Like truly organizing it, whether it's alphabetical, by category, by color, right, in your closet. So things are easily accessible. Things aren't stacked on top of each other or in front of each other. So everything is visible, everything's accessible, or if it's moving one thing or not. And if you're the type of person that even if you have to move one thing, you won't use it, don't set your cupboards up that way. Do it so it works with you and your personality. Really dig in, organize it. One room, maybe you give yourself, okay, April, May, and June. These are my months that I am cleaning and fully organizing my kitchen. Then the next 3 months, the bedrooms. The next 3 months, right? Just do it in increments. Again, we don't have to be heroes and do everything all at once. Do a little bit at a time. And I promise it'll start to make your life easier, and make sure that once you are done using an item, then once that area is organized, we put it back. Getting in that habit will save you so much time, energy, stress, and money in the long run. How many times have you bought something because you couldn't find it? So now you're stuck with 2 because you finally found it, and it's just because your place is a little messy, right? Now think about doing that for 5 years in a row. How much extra stuff have we purchased, right? So it's time saving, money saving, and stress saving. I love cleaning. I love organizing. Pinterest has a lot of ideas, so don't be shy to jump on that little app and get cleaning and organizing. So if you found this video helpful or found any little piece of information that you are going to take and implement in your life, please hit that like button, subscribe, watch the previous video that I posted on snapshot life charts, and how to dig in and start taking control of your life. And I am honored to be here working with you and building this community up for all you people who just want to dig in and do the work. I love it. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.